Project Thaw? Could Meghan be coming back to the UK? Oh, please say it's true. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I'm Andy Signor. When I got Steph here, I got to try and fit in two of these babies because it's always fun to talk to you. Hey up, Steph. How you doing?
Hey up, Andy. I'm not doing too bad. How are you doing?
Great. And I'm excited because I feel like we're going to disagree on this one, and that's great. I have to put my hat backwards again, but there's this interesting plot here from Richard Eden at the Daily Mail that he put out that I wanted to fight with you about a little bit, debate nicely, because he's claiming Meghan's coming back. I've discovered jaw-dropping name and details of the establishment plot to return her and Harry and undermine Kate and William. You won't believe their goal. Are you ready for this? For those that don't know, quickly, talking about the Paris trip and everything that's going on, yada, yada, yada. Meghan's French sojourn was part of the establishment plot, backed by some senior politicians and courtiers that I have written here about in previous weeks, and I've discussed here and name. Here we go. It's known as Project Thaw because the aim is to warm up the Duke and Duchess's frosty relationships with the rest of the royal family and with the British people. And what could be better than pictures of her greeted with kisses by the European fashion pack as well as Vogue, Anna Wintour. This trip is all about the thaw process, a friend of the California couple reveals. Things had been very different, of course. Just as Harry fell head over heels, blah, blah, blah. We know they're doing the recap there. But this is what it is. So apparently this is all a plan, part of a plan that's going to eventually thaw out all of you out there in the UK, Steph, to be more into Meghan Markle. Yeah, Meghan will return to Britain before the year is out, the friend tells me, adding jokingly that she will be bearing humble pie. That's apparently the next move in the plot. That a natural progression. They're getting closer. Everything's getting closer. What do you think of this? Are you going to be tasting a slice of this humble pie?
Not a chance in hell is this ever going to happen. Do I believe there's some concerted effort to try and get back into the royal family? Yes. When Hazza reunited with the king last month, there were then reports that Hazza was trying to push the half in, half out scenario. And the royal family, through sources, came out saying that's still not going to happen. We're still going to uphold the late Queen Elizabeth II's ruling on that, which is no way in hell are we going to allow them to be half in, half out. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It's not worked. I think this is just Hazza and Megsy sources putting it out there so that when the royal family turn around and say, no, we're never going to let them back in, Hazza and Megsy can then play the victim again, saying, look, we're offering the olive branch, we're trying to get back in, we're trying to be nice with them again, and they're just not letting us. Where? This is quite reminiscent of every single year we get the reports of will they, won't they be invited to Christmas at Sandringham, right? We have the Sussex sources going out saying they might be invited, they might want to go, blah, blah, blah. And then the royal family turn around and say, hell no, they ain't coming. We don't trust them with a barge pole. You then have other reports coming out saying that when Prince William ascends to the throne, he's going to take their titles away, remove them from line of succession, and completely officially ice them out of the royal family. That has already been pre-agreed and got the blessing of King Charles, and that the mechanics have already been put in place to enact that plan with the government themselves. So when you have all that information out there as to how Prince William's going to absolutely ice them out, this whole situation of Megsy and Hazza might be coming back, nah, that does not track at all.
I'm gonna put my hat on backwards. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Just a nice. When I put the hat on backwards, it means I'm playing devil's advocate here. So don't yell at me in the comments. But Steph, I don't know, man. You guys are so mean to Meghan and Harry these days. I think they're starting to get some sympathy again. Never stop. Everything she does is wrong. Oh my God, she just had her feet up. She didn't realize she wasn't that close to it. That's a very popular spot, Steph. But yet again, I see many journalists out there like, oh, will they not leave her alone? She's kind of getting a chance to prove all that. Every little thing she does is wrong. It's nitpicked. Oh, see, I told you I was a victim. I'm the most bullied person in the world. I think that she is going to get a pocket of the UK back. And they're going to say, you know what, we were hard on them. You know, why are we so mean on them? They do deserve a shot. Now, I don't think they're going to get back to the royal family and be part of the plan, but I think they're going to try to have their own sort of establishment and plan in out in the UK. And they are going to come back and they're going to, I mean, in their minds, they think this especially, they are going to come back and think that they're some sort of a big deal place. So I think the thawing is pretty smart and possible with a good chunk of the British people. Obviously not this audience base, obviously not you and me, but with a lot of people, come on, there's a good shot she's going to thaw this out just before anything could be iced, making it harder for William to ice it. Because I would also say, and I kind of believe this myself, I don't think he'll ever do it. I don't think he'll ever do it. I think he'll get too much backlash, and it's his brother. I just think it's going to look odd and mean if he does it. Now, Harry would have to really go even more egregious than he's already done, I think, for that final straw to happen. But if Prince Andrew is still around and has his titles, dude, that dude is guilty as sin, in my opinion.
He doesn't actually. Hang on a minute. So, okay, first and foremost, the Princess Diana tunnel stunt. Her saying, oh, she didn't know, she didn't realize this, that, and the other. No, she did. She's that involved and that obsessed with security. They would have walked her through the exact route that that car was going to take from the after party back to her hotel.
Oh, like she sits through that
Also-
meeting, Steph. Give me a break.
Also, as well, the Daily Mail and so many others have debunked it, confirming that she had to have gone near that tunnel and through it to get back to her hotel. It's as simple as that. Now, when it comes to the thawing and that, you know, people might change their mind, this, that, and the other, not a chance. When you look at the facts, the latest poll from YouGov shows that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are still the least popular members of the royal family. The only one that beats them is Prince Andrew, and that's saying something right there. And then in terms of any backlash that Prince William would get if he removed their titles, no, he wouldn't get any backlash because again, the statistics and the facts prove that with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle being pretty much the least popular members of the royal family, if he took away their titles, not that many people actually would blink an eye and be like, oh no, that's the wrong thing to do, this, that, and the other. If anything, the many polls that I've seen as to whether Hazza and Megsy should keep their titles or not, over 90% are saying no, take those titles away. That the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they haven't stepped foot in the county of Sussex for eons. So the people of Sussex themselves are turning around and thinking, why have they got a title of our county when they really don't have any physical link to us in the first place and don't really represent us well anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't argue that one. I mean,
Yes.
look, I think there's a way to do it. I do. I think I believe a little bit of. I think it's tough for William to have to do that to his brother because it's going to be bad PR. No matter how you spin it here, elsewhere, it's going to look a little bad. But you're not wrong in that. That's a good way to present it. Like, look, you don't even come to Sussex. You're not the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. He's still always going to be a prince, right? They can never take his prince title away, correct?
Technically, they could through an act of parliament, but even I would turn round and say, and I have done on many occasions, and say, take all the titles away apart from the prince title, because
Yeah.
that's his birthright. That's what he was born into. That's who he is. Even I would turn round and say, don't take that away. Not a chance.
Right. And so as long as he retains his prince title, which I agree, he's allowed to have, he was born a prince, he's brother to the king eventually. And, you know, yeah, that is right. But anything else, all superficial and fake and and shouldn't be there. And I think that's true because they'll try to spin it like, oh, they're taking away his prince. But no, clearly they're just taking away Duke and Duchess of Sussex, which honestly really just affects Meghan. Like, I don't think anyone really cares or calls him Duke of Sussex as much as they can call him Prince Harry, which is kind of a better title anyway. So it really just affects her because if they take the titles away, she can no longer be it. Now, their last name is Sussex, which I still don't even understand how that works. She implies that's on her license.
It's not. It's not.
It can't be, right?
No.
So
it's
what's on her
not.
license then? She can't just be Meghan.
It's actually her full name, her full legal name is Rachel Meghan Markle. That's her full legal name. When it comes to the last name of Sussex, it's more like an honorary last name for her rather than an actual legal last name, if that makes sense. Also, as well, in terms of the titles, there is precedent of titles being taken away. So when Princess Diana divorced the then Prince Charles, her title of HRH was taken away. She was no longer HRH anymore. And this is Princess Diana, by the way. There was no backlash. It was just part of the divorce, and that was it. So again, if they take the titles away from Hazza and Megxi, including the HRH, there's not going to be that much backlash. Of course, you're going to the outcry from the Sussex squad and the small minority of the Meghan and Hazza lovers out there, blah, 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 blah. But the majority, when you look at the statistics and you look at all the polls, they're not going to have a problem with this at all.
Yeah, I agree. It should just be done. It should have been done already. But look, I think there could be a Project Thaw that Meghan and team are trying to do. But I agree with you. It's going to be pretty impossible to actually do it. Like, I don't see how they're going to be able to thaw it for a lot of people. Final thought, Steph?
Yeah, in terms of Project Thaw, the royal family are very savvy, and what they don't just plan for the year ahead, but they plan generationally as well. They look at what they do now and how it could impact for generations ahead. And they know that if they welcome Hazza and Megxi back into the royal family, that's going to backfire on the royal family. The public do not want that. Again, you look at the statistics, Hazza and Megxi are one of the least liked members of the royal family. So why would the royals let them back in? The only way I see them coming back in is Hazza, but without Meg. That they get Hazza and Megxi get divorced. Hazza has nowhere else to go, tail between his legs, goes back to the royal family. At that point, the royal family will take him in, but they'll treat him like Prince Andrew. He's there, he's in the corner, swept under the carpet. We know he's there, but he doesn't do anything. He's not a working member of the royal family. He's not part of the core.
He'll never be able to take a Prince Andrew role. He's too vocal. It would never happen. I could see him coming back, but they're going to throw him some charity bones or something. I can't see it. Last thing, this Marcus guy really is always with her. He's been around married to her longer than Harry. It's kind of crazy how bringing again, as she was there. He's always there. I mean, I've heard he's not into the ladies, so I guess there's the affair rumors are kind of unfair to say, but it's still weird how close Meghan is to this guy. Probably more so than Harry. Do you disagree?
All I will say is this, otherwise we would be here for like 2 hours. Marcus Anderson from the Soho House is a very big, dark rabbit hole. And if you haven't gone down it, have a peek. Have a peek because it is murky as hell.
Yeah, let's end on that, and maybe we'll open a peek for you guys later in a future episode. So make sure you hit subscribe over here by hitting the bell for all alerts, smash the thumbs up, leave a comment, and then do the same over at Steph the Alter Nerd, as well as the Political Nerds channel. She's got 2 channels to support. You're doing great as always, Steph. You know we love you. We got your back. Please keep us tuned to everything royal. Please come back. And guys, stay tuned. We got a lot more coming your way here on Popcorn Palace and Steph the Alter Nerd. Bye, everybody.